there's no kids, there's no, toddlers. They actually do a Halloween themed party there uh, for Halloween and stuff like that. So the orange bike that was built by Paul Yaffe and painted by, Dave Parrots
Hmm.
and done. I entered to win the drawing. I always try to enter something if it's reasonable price, you know, the
Right.
tickets. I think they're like $25 a piece. Uh, I think the drawing is November the 9th. So that would be cool because they actually got that bike on the ship and they're displaying it. But you don't have to be present to win. That's the good thing because there's a couple of bikes that they have builders do, but you have to be on the cruise and you have to be present and all that stuff. But this one you don't. This is a 2020, 21 maybe, 21 maybe Road Glide. Um, he's got his He's got his body kit and the
I'm trying to
I
find
think
it.
it's a fat tire kit and different forks and stuff on it like that. So, but it's orange with flames. Do I like that color necessarily? No, but it is what it is. If I wanted, I would take it definitely. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, a free bike's a
it's
free bike.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, it's a
I mean,
little,
$25 ticket would be awesome.
yeah,
I mean, to
a
win
little
It's
it.
a burner.
extreme.
Yeah,
It's bright. Along
yeah.
with
That's
it.
what I was saying. It's a bright color. Um,
So you went to Tennessee Rally, Smoky Mountain. How was that?
it was good to be the first one. Um, I think there was some decent vendors there, S&S and a few others, the lighting and fairing exchange, and there was some like that. Actually, I think they had a great turnout. What's up, Lone Cowboy? Run the Foothills Parkway, which I think is good because they're trying to build something up here in East Tennessee because this is going to be a riding rally. Uh, because we do have where it's located over in Maryville and stuff. It's 20 minutes from, Foothills Parkway. You got the Dragon, you got, all the rides over there. So um, I didn't think, I just went over for one day, but it lasted for like a week. So yeah, it does. I agree with DDK. It has potential. Uh,
More vendors, like more performance and that type of vendor. Because I mean,
um,
the T-shirt vendors and the knickknack
yeah,
vendors.
get rid of that. No, we don't.
Over.
Yeah, no, they don't need the T-shirt stuff. Not in my opinion. They need. I would say, well, the vendors I like to look at is not T-shirts. It's more of a,
Parts and different
well,
accessories.
yeah, part handcraft. Well, what I like is like Loretta Lynn's. They had handcraft vendors, smaller vendors. Once you get these big time vendors come in, big name. I mean, big parts. You're paying for big high price parts. You're getting, which if that's what you're looking for to get done at a rally, that's fine. But I
Yeah.
like the knives. I don't wear jewelry much. One ring, one necklace. That's it. I don't wear all the gaudy rings on my fingers or none of that.
No rings, just tattoos.
Yeah. Um, I think that, in my opinion, being the dealership there that where they're throwing it, there's enough T-shirts. There's enough Harley T-shirts and stuff like that. You don't. What's up behind Rudy's Fairing, Joe? So I don't believe they need T-shirt vendors. Now, if they had somebody come now, like Eli from Mexi Fields, Maria's famous headbands, they were there last year for something, some kind of event. It wasn't because this year was the first one of this one, but they had come over last year for some kind of event. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really. don't really dig into a lot of the vendors like at Daytona and stuff like that. I'll go through there and check them out, but a lot of times it's more of, if you're really wanting to get something done to your motorcycle, it's good for that, parts, performance stuff, things like that. So S&S was there. So if you like, S&S, they had parts and things like that.
I like their
I think
headers.
it just depends. Do what?
I said I like their headers. No, Frogzilla, I would not love that.
What?
I wouldn't love the 40
25
degrees.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yep,
What's
nope,
up,
I'm
Busted
out.
Knuckles? Yeah. So, I mean,
What up?
I never got a real estimate of how many people had showed up. I don't know if they had a way to calculate that or not, because it went throughout the whole week. And of course, the nighttime bands and stuff, they did charge people there to get in and listen to the bands. But like we were already in there, and their bikes was parked in the back, Mikey's, Indian Mikey's and stuff. So we was like, hey, our bikes are back there. We have to get to our bikes, so they didn't charge us. We'd been there, off and on most of the day. So, and then of course, Dream Rides Tennessee is just a block over. They had a couple of vendors there. They had a few things set up in their parking lot. So, yeah, I'm like DDK. It's got some real potential because of the area it is in. And I can tell you, if one thing I think they should have done. Now, Smoky Mountain is a big parking lot, big back parking lot, big front parking lot, decent size. If they would have got rid of the vehicles that was parking in the front and stuff and let them, because there was a lot of motorcycles and there was cram packed, but there was cars and trucks. If they would have made the cars and trucks park, in the grass area, and then just left the pavement, the parking lot for the motorcycles, it would have been a lot better. But yeah, I think it's just being the first year. I'm sure they learn a lot from this first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, installing, not only selling, but installing stuff. So, and
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
What's up?
The destination, I saw a bunch of posts, like even some of the riders out of Florida ran up there because of the destination.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch. I guess there was one girl I follow. Her bike actually got crushed by 4 or 5 other bikes that somebody ended up just domino effect there in the parking lot at the event.
That's crazy.
But they all went up for the ride, the destination. Hey, Ray, Keith.
What's up, Keith?
So I just wondered if it was exactly that, just a destination ride, because I know there's gorgeous roads up there.
Oh no, it was. They had rides going on there. Like I believe I did hear they were talking like they had designated rides they were going on and taking people in different places. And then it was going on during the Myrtle Beach rally. So I talked to Amzal Adam, and he was like, man, from the attendance was way down, and he also believed that it was due to, because a lot of people are closer in these two areas. Instead of them driving all the way over to Myrtle Beach, they just decided to come here, to over there. So a couple of hours beats, riding 6 or 8 hours. So,
right.
All right. Thanks, Long
Probably
Cowboy.
why they didn't have a lot of install vendors, because they had the install vendors at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. They're I mean, there's still a lot of vendors at Myrtle Beach and stuff. But I think in my opinion, I think once these other vendors say, hey, start talking to the other vendors and saying, dude, there's a lot of people there, being its first year, blah, blah, blah. Then I think some of them may try to, come in for next year. like I said, I think it just takes, time to build up and word of mouth, of course, networking, stuff like that. And then, people, I think it'll grow. Like I said, for an East Tennessee thing or Tennessee period, I think it's going to be, I think it could be a good thing. Because it gives Tennessee people, which we have the Loretta Lynn's, but that's one time, in May, and that's it. 4 days, 5 days, whatever. And then East Tennessee, then we have, nothing really. I mean, nothing going on, else. And not that I know of, other than bike nights and stuff like that. So, and then you got Traveling Tall's event. That's it, pretty much. So
now his is just a ride, right?
yeah, his is just a YouTube meetup, meet at bootleggers. They hang out for a couple of days, a weekend. He puts on a little, if you buy the tickets and stay at that hotel or buy the tickets, like a thing at nighttime, he does a meal for them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like you show up Friday or you show up whenever, Thursday, Wednesday. It depends on how long you want to come and stay. And then he'll take them on a ride through the Foothills Parkway and stuff like that. And on Friday and go on a ride. Then Saturday, it seems like usually more people show up on a Saturday. And then they go back and ride again. I'm like, that's the same ride. We didn't do it. We went rode to the prison, took a few over there because it was just, I don't want to get in with 200 bikes and, they're doing 5 mile an hour up through there and no one can go. And it's just, not what I'm going to do.
Right.
So just, especially with people coming from places you don't really know and know how they ride. I don't want to be in the, in that pack of all those bikes. So from what I hear, it takes at least 3 years for new venues to gain traction. Rudy says, okay, if they're going to here in marketing, marketing, let's see, some other type of summer type event. Yeah, and that's true. What's up, Doc? Dean, what's going on? So yeah, I would say 2 to 3 years. It'll be, as long as they stick with it consistent, I think it'll do good, so.
Well, I'm sure, I don't know what they, cost versus reward is, but from just the footage that I was able to see, and I didn't know anything about it, I meant it's got some traction. So
Yeah.
the cost versus the reward should have been at least even. And for a first year rally or a first year event, that's pretty damn good. It didn't cost you anything.
Didn't cost me a bit, but gas money to drive an hour and a half over, and then what I wanted to do. So, I am sipping on Woodford Reserve. So, and Coke. So, I seen that, and I was like, man, I want to try that. It's not bad. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. That's what it says. So, I think it's a little bit stronger than the what's that other I've been drinking? What are you drinking?
I am drinking
I can't think.
Jack Daniels.
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack.
She's drinking the expensive stuff.
Yeah. Ugh. This one, I mean, this Woodford's not bad tasting. I think it's better mixed. It's got a stout kind of, taste. It's stronger.
No, she likes Woodford Reserve.
Oh, I love Woodford. Yeah.
Well, I just bought the small bottle. I seen it and I was like, I just want to try it because I don't like to buy the big bottles. If I don't like it, you know what I mean, then that's just a waste. It'll just sit there or I'll pour it out, So I just bought the small bottle and it's not bad. Like I said,
Why is he sending me anything? I don't even want to open it.
You don't want to open what? That bottle?
No,
No.
she's getting
weirdo
emails from.
from his friend, from his best friend.
Well, then don't open it. I don't
I'm
know what to
not.
tell
It
you.
says, Thumper just showed my wife the good, bad, and ugly video from Laconia. She's still not.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're about to make an even bigger mistake, I'm sure. But we like to dive headfirst into mistakes. So
What mistake?
upgrade. I don't know. Some people wouldn't consider it upgrading because we're going back 20 years in time, but
Maybe. So what she's talking about is getting rid of the fifth wheel and
The
getting
truck.
a
bus.
Class A bus. And
All we can afford is one that's 15 to 20 years old.
if we go Prevost,
If we, yeah.
Prevost or Provo,
Prevo.
whatever, however the hell they say it. If we go that, then yes, the only thing you can afford, because they're like $2 million,
Yeah.
is a 20-year-old bus. And they're still not cheap.
Look, Keith says definitely an upgrade. Well, only if all the parts don't break every time we get in it. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. I foresee lots of crazy adventures in our future if we buy a bus.
I think I mean, the ones that I've been seeing from you guys, they're, I don't care if they are 20 years old or however old, they're nice. I mean, there's some nice ones on there. I think that, I mean, if you're going to continue doing this,
Some are like
it's got-
90 times capsules from strip clubs.
Yeah, all Prevost from the 90s to like 2000
oh yeah, I love the flower,
are
the
all
blue, all of
The teal
everything.
one, yeah, the teal green and blue. That was
Yeah.
awesome. I love that
Yeah.
thing.
That was something. Yeah.
No, it's Mr. Thumper and Mrs. Bougie.
Yeah.
That's the only one that's bougie.
So
True. That's not
How's it
true.
going,
He's
Gremlin?
bougie.
yeah, what's
He
up,
was-
Gremlin, buddy?
Riding around on a road king all dressed out.
Hey, didn't Keith say he was headed south
Yeah.
to New Orleans, or was it New Orleans? Man, I hope he's ready for all those protests down there.
There's
there-
protesting going on.
Yeah, there's all kinds of protests been going down there.
See, I don't know. But we're
Yeah.
going for Mardi Gras, which is probably like we've already paid for it. So
Yep. See, that's why they dress them up like fucking hooker showrooms, clubs. Is because you'll be dropping money on that bitch like she's the cinnamon.
yeah.
So I
All
mean, it's
we're lacking is a strip pole. I mean, like there's mirrors on every surface but the floor.
he came home with a Class C, and mine said that's a van. Leave on Friday. Well, where are you
Yeah.
at tonight? Out eating?
The
So-
best RV is a friend's RV. You are right. That's what Ray thinks every time he stays with us.
I'm telling you. Yep. Hey, it's good to have company. Hello, Miss Des.
Hello.
So
Here's
I
a
mean,
floor with a pole that will cost you extra.
I honestly thought that when I seen a couple of those ones you showed, I really thought I was like,
In a strip club?
back in my living room as a kid, teenager, whatever. So I was like, what? Because I was a teenager through the 90s, man. I was born
Right.
1980. So,
And we haven't shared the one that I'm most interested in because I don't want anybody to go looking for it. So
Yeah.
I haven't shared that one because I really, really like it, but we're really going to have to repaint the outside of it because it's kind of offensive. It's like a explicit album cover on the outside.
I was gonna say, as long as it ain't no like football team color crap, like you're gonna be
No.
running around like your football fans. I don't
No.
even hear you talk about football. So
No, It looks like it belonged to a rock band, and there would be a lot of Karens in KOAs that would complain about the outside paint.
I don't know which one's more kinky, but all Prevos have mirrors on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So you're getting that. That is their feeling of choice. Is
the strangest thing is that I mean, there's two different customers, obviously, for Prevos. There's the entertainers, the tour bus entertainer buses, and then there's the retirees. So I don't really understand having the mirrored ceilings on the retiree buses because I'm not wanting to see my hell damage.
Well, I can tell you that the one you showed with the shower, I think it was the first or second one you had showed. Man, that shower was huge. I mean, it looked like a freaking 6-person shower. I could have just been seeing things, but it looked nice.
I think it's the mirrors.
So some of the showers are very large, and yes.
Well, I'm a large guy. You are too.
We can actually buy. Whose was it? Des can tell me because I don't really follow the Nashville country stars, but Des, tell me who again. I found his bus that's for sale.
Toby Keith
for only $450,000, but it has 580,000 miles on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he worked a little bit,
but
supposedly
Des knows enough to know that was the bus he had when he had the affair, because he had the bus for this amount of time. And
Alan Jackson, she said.
Oh, Alan Jackson. Sorry. See, I told you we didn't know Nashville country stars. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful on the inside, but it's just got bizarre layouts. Like it's meant for all the groupies and the everything to be in there at one time. Like
probably was
the VIP lounge at a strip club.
Most of them look like the VIP lounge at strip clubs.
But I mean, like all the seating, like you could sit like 30 hookers on one sofa. Line them up.
I like the one that you showed.
They're not hookers, they're single moms. Get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not hookers, they're single mothers.
$20 is $20.
I like that there was nothing in the middle of the floor in the first couple you showed, because I'm not a fan of an island, not in something like that. You know, that's to me space. And the way everything was, like the one you showed that already had the desk and everything set up for the, workstation and all that.
Yeah.
Of course, them are more expensive, I'd say, the first couple you showed.
No, you mean like a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
When we went to Texas. Those are actually in our budget. Those we could actually trade in our rig, and they are within our budget.
Yeah, they're a production. So production is not like a Prevo. A Prevo is custom built coach.
But it would be easier to go that route. Financing would be easier. Please show the numbers. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're going to get a bus eventually.
Well, you could always just convert a school bus. I mean, do it yourself.
No.
That's a lot of work.
I was going to say that's a whole year of, customizing. But no, I mean, but then don't you still have to find select places to pull, like if you're pulling a trailer behind or a vehicle, a spot for that to fit in?
Yeah.
Or we just rent 2 spaces and put the trailer in one and us in the other.
Yeah.
But we're trying to find stacker trailers are really easy to find and pretty cheap because people buy
used stackers. Yeah.
Well, they have a bus and they have a stacker and they're color matched, but then when they resell, the next person never wants the stacker. They only want the bus. So then there's all these stackers left with all these crazy paint jobs. It matches no one else's buses. And so they're just nothing. And so what we wanted to do was find one that had enough room to put the bikes, my 4Runner, and then in the front build out a half bath and a loft bed and put an AC unit in, so we still can accommodate guests, because we will be losing that ability, where we have the Happy Jacks system in the garage that you and Vanessa and other people stay in.
Yeah.
We won't be able to offer that anymore in a Class A.
What's up, Bill?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, unless y'all want to sleep on a jackknife bed,
Yeah, it's a
a
couch.
sofa, looks like the most uncomfortable thing ever.
You'd be surprised what's comfortable to do to the ground
That is true. That is true.
compared
But
to a
I
10 on
wouldn't be
the.
able to keep my dogs away from everybody.
So Des, with that being said,
That's why you don't let everybody stay in your camper.
you don't tell them the year. You just say Prevo, and they don't question you back.
Right. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Oki says, why does it matter, how old the RV is? And that's crazy.
Because they
Is it-
don't want a pile of junk ending up in their lot, and then you can't get it out of it.
Yeah, they're so marinas are the same way with sailboats.
Yeah.
There's a 10-year because they're afraid you'll get stuck there and won't be able to leave.
That's crazy.
But even Prevo, like we looked at, it was 34 years old, a 34-year-old one. It was immaculate, but it was still $100,000
Yeah.
for a 34-year-old van.
Man.
Yeah, no, they just don't hit the bottom like any other RV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean,
Honestly, we've never had any campground ever, though, ask the year of our rig.
yeah.
But
They have asked what we have
how long? Yeah.
and what type.
Yeah, but never the year. It's
I
always
think,
just,
yeah, but if you guys, when you go to it, I think it's going to be a lot more easier for you guys to. I mean, you can get up and walk to the back and do what you need to do while he's going down the road. You know what I mean? So it's not like,
oh,
Parks don't want anything with a hood.
yeah.
A lot of parks don't want anything with a hood. That's throws the Super Cs out too of a lot of parks because it's got a hood. They consider them trucks, and they don't allow trucks to camp.
So, like, my main reason for
Snobby
wanting
campgrounds.
a bus is
That's
because
some of the state parks too.
see those two overhead cabinets right there? Those are the only ones we have. So every time we move, I have to pack up
You have one right
everything.
there, you have
No,
one
but
right
those
there.
are like pans, pots and pans. But so that's the only storage I have. So I have to pack up my entire editing station desk. I have to lay my stupid little filing cabinet down. Like everything has to be packed up and put away every time. And then when we get there, I have to pull it all back out. Ray's seen the mess. Like it's insanity. And we're only places for like 5 and 7 days. So
well, it ain't a mess. It's just compact because you're limited on space and
Yeah.
places to put stuff. Especially, say, if you have me, Stan, or Vanessa.
Shit shoved everywhere just to get down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
when
what
you're
we have to do,
well, you don't want things.
Yeah.
You got your bikes in the garage, so you don't want the stuff that you have in the bathroom back there. You put the stuff in there to keep it from going everywhere. Anyways, that's storage because you're not really using the bathroom, unless I'm in there or whatever. So, I mean,
Yeah, we don't.
that's
go
the
back there.
thing. It's limited, but also Dana likes to have a lot of stuff. So
I do not.
Who you like to?
I have a lot of bike parts that are in the garage, especially right now.
Yeah.
You moved 4 times at Cave River alone. Yes.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
It is insane. 4 times. Think about that. 4 times.
That's right, Salty. He take
Who
those-
told on us?
Des.
Man. Yes,
Well-
tell your secrets.
I think that that was that's something I
Well,
want to get out to, that event
Yes, for sure.
where
Now,
it's growing
that's-
though, where it's been growing so much and everything. Probably have to book way ahead of time too, though. So
No,
I mean,
No.
not if you're camping. Or,
Not if you're camping, your RV spots you do.
yeah, we
Yeah.
already booked for next year.
But if you're tent camping or you're crashing with
You should be
somebody,
fine.
then you should be fine. But yes, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it is an amazing show. It's the same like vibe, where they have fun and party like Smokeout. Different crowd though. Like Smokeout's the chopper crowd, the custom bikes. This is the want to go ride crowd, but it's the same exact vibe. Like,
Yeah.
let's have fun, let's hang out, let's bullshit, and then let's go for a ride occasionally.
But it's
Yeah.
way more spread out.
Yeah,
Like,
It seems
you
like
know,
a younger demographic, more of a younger,
it
not
was a
young.
good mix.
No, I
It
mean,
was
yeah, that's
good.
what I mean. It seems like a good 40s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, it was a good mix.
Yeah.
At K River.
And honestly, like that's been the most interesting thing about being able to do all of these one right after another. The comparison between like Flathead to, which is new, so that one was hard. But K River, Stubborn American, Born Free, Smoke Out, and then Forgotten Angels. Wow, vastly different from each other. The people
I
that
bet.
show up, it's just so crazy how different each one is and what you as a participant get from each one. I mean,
Yeah, because I think you're going to get a different experience with every one of them.
oh yeah, vastly different. I mean,
Yes, Dean.
Born Free was my favorite. And I can't because it was in Texas. But it kind of had a Cali, Texas vibe, which is a thing.
Yeah.
But the other interesting thing about Born Free is that no one talked about YouTube. No one talked about influencers. No one talked about any of that. Like, it just wasn't even a thing. It was never even brought up. So it was just like the people that were there were YouTubers or were
very little were.
But they were only that by default of their trade.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were YouTubers default of necessary evil.
Right. Of their business.
So they're welders or they're crafters or they're painters
Yeah.
or they're in the business and they need YouTube to get their business model out there and be seen. So yes, it wasn't about any of that. Neither was Smokeout though.
Right.
No.
Smokeout there wasn't very many
Yeah.
YouTubers. I think
I pulled my camera out one time and then I took some pictures with my phone and that was it, Yeah, they have a garage in the back there, Dean. They pull their bikes in.
Yeah. So like Stubborn American and the Forgotten Angels, it was a lot of YouTubers, but nobody really like brought it up.
No.
More of the YouTube gets brought up at like the conventional rallies.
Right.
And on YouTube. Like, I don't understand why YouTubers are bashing or he can't be my friend because he's my friend or any of that shit.
That doesn't happen at any of
That
those
doesn't
events.
happen at any of the campouts.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Any of the events, it's just the event.
Everybody's super cool. Like, it's
Well, I've noticed following some of the California people and Texas people, you can tell it's a different kind of vibe, because they're not. I don't know if it's just because some of the Midwest and East Coast is more YouTubers, or it just seems like that's more
yeah.
of where when you start following certain people on the East Coast, because I live on the East Coast here, that's what it kind of put more recommends. Now, if I was on the West Coast, would it recommend more if I was following more people out there? I don't know. It kind of seems like those people they do social media. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot on Instagram I follow that's in California and Oregon and different places, but they don't, like you said, they don't seem to really, it's more like their business. They're not like, hey, look at me. I made a video this week, blah, 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 YouTube, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's more like you know.
It's just about the culture to them.
Yeah.
100% about the culture, and they could care less. Yes, they put the content out there to show their culture. It's not a for lack of better terms, it's not a dick beating contest. Where the East Coast seems to be like, this is me, and we're horrible at it.
I haven't posted I realized when I got here today, because we're in the same campground, that when I started,
we're at our home campground.
I started my smoke out video, the pre-planning of that video here.
Yeah, because we left here
And
together.
I haven't even finished editing that video though. I haven't put out a video since I bought the bike, which were right back in the same campground. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm the worst YouTuber ever. But you know, it's whatever. It's funny because none of those people care about any of that. And like some of my favorite people, like a cog in the wheel, David, which we've seen now at 3 different places. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. Like, he doesn't even want one. He doesn't even want to have an Instagram channel.
He has a YouTube channel only to watch.
Yeah.
I think he's got like 1 video on it.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah.
So it's a totally different, I don't know. It's strange. We've seen so many different people and personality types, and it's been really cool and interesting to see all of that because, you know, this is the way I put it. It's
exactly Evil Rick.
The way I put it is, you know, like when you're in high school, especially if you're from a small town, in high school, everybody, this is your little microcosm. That's all you know is your little small town world, and everybody's in it with everybody else. And then you move away and you're like, oh my God, there's a whole nother world with a whole bunch of other people in it. And my little tiny scope of what I thought was life is so not reality. Once you start going and exploring and seeing all these different scenes, then you realize that none of that shit mattered that was in your little tiny microcosm of your viewpoint at all.
Because there's 1,001 different viewpoints from 1,001 different areas.
Exactly.
And
and I've got to the point where, like, I've started really trying to separate a lot because I do have a life outside of social media. You know what I mean? I have a real life. I have real problems. I have real issues. I have health issues. I have different things. But I still like to bring things to my channel, shorts. I like to do a lot of shorts. I do videos here and there. Y'all know that. Most people know. But I like to just show. I'm not trying to make movie productions. I'm not trying to do this big, and that's okay if people are. I watch some. There's like Full Throttle Hog, just GQ. You know, there's people that put together some really good stuff that I do enjoy watching. But that's not me. I'm going to film something either real quick or do something, or 2 or 3 minutes at a time. I'm going to slap it together. That's the best you're going to get with my editing stuff right now. I'm going to show you the realness. I try to bring the real to, what I'm literally filming. I'm not editing, cutting a lot of stuff out at all. So, but on the other hand, my computer is not on all day. I am, busy doing other things. And so,
yeah.
I've had to separate a lot of that stuff out, over the past two years or so. I've been just trying to, like Monkey says, man, not consume in this YouTube shit, or social media stuff, not get consumed with all of the worries about all, you know what I mean? It's just, it can be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
The hype is there for a quick moment, and it'll start to fade away. But that's why you listen. I don't even edit a video. I don't even put on a video. If I do anything, it's this right here, lives, or we might do a live on our channel, or we might go live from the rally. That is me.
Right.
Anything else would be her, and it's because she enjoys.
I enjoy editing,
trying to create that stuff and learn that stuff.
And I would love to make wildly cinematic travel channel-esque videos. Like, I would love that. I would love to be the Anthony Bourdain of whatever. Not a YouTuber, but I would love to make Anthony Bourdain quality stuff about traveling.
Yeah.
Whether it be an RV, a motorcycle, a car, I don't care. But that's, if I could do that, I would. And I try every day to learn enough to be able to do that stuff. But when you're on the road every single day, there's no time. There's no time. Like, people are like, you haven't put out a video. I'm like, because I'm in a different place every 3 to 5 days.
So
and I take 5,000 to 7,000. At Born Free, I took 5,000 photos and videos. 5,000.
So this is the funny part. Our day consists of, is the gray tank full? Is the black tank full? Is the truck full? It is, you know what I'm saying? We have that we have to worry about because we're going down the road. We're not sitting on our couch, every day messing around. I meant literally, we have to figure out our situation,
like, what's that?
Because we're gonna move in a couple of days to a new situation.
Yeah, and also I've just I've been really just basically weeding in and out of this YouTube stuff, like weeding some of the stuff out, and basically I've been looking at it as using these platforms as a tool. I'm not trying to get companies. I'm not trying to do this and that. I'm using it for my stuff as a tool for me to, promote what I'm doing. So it's not about, I don't want to sound bad. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm not caring about my followers or subscribers, because it's not about trying to top that number of, of a certain number of subscribers, because I want subscribers. You know what I mean? I don't care. So,
but I think honestly, the less you do care, and the less
worry. It's the less you worry about it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. The more just laid back and authentic and whatever, I think it comes to you versus if you're just pushing.
What's up, Mikey?
You just got to take a couple steps back. And I mean, we've had some offers recently to collaborate with people, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I haven't even done a video in like 2 months. I don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm like, okay. Whatever. We have flies in here because we left the door open while we're cooking, so I'm not crazy.
She's crazy. She's crazy, 100%.
Do it as a hobby. Yeah. And a lot of people do, a lot of people just do it just to have fun, just to video it, just to throw it out there, and it's really like, to me, it's not a hobby. At first it was a tool. Like it was more of like, hey, let me get on here. I want to meet people. I want to do this and that. And as I come along, and I keep coming along, of course, putting videos out and things like that. Now it's more of like, I don't give a shit about, oh, hey, I'm worried about this part of that doing this or, talking. Yeah. So what? I've had free stuff. And I appreciate the people that has sent me a few things. I love the company to death. But also, I've realized that, like I said, this is a tool. These social media platforms, I'm going to use them to my advantage. So, Okies old lady, hello. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm dogging anybody or any, you know what I mean, any other YouTuber that wants to succeed. Say if they have that goal of reaching 100,000 subscribers because they want to have a big channel, cool, more power to you. It's not that I don't have the goals. I have a different goal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have a different mindset of what I'm trying to do now.
We're fucked, man, because we have no goals on YouTube.
No, I mean, we don't for sure, and we do appreciate all of our followers.
Oh yeah, I love my friends, and I love the people I meet.
With us, if you can't go, that's amazing. And So like Dean said, we did the live stream at Suspension Technologies where Mike, told everybody his whole spiel, and that was awesome. And honestly, I really enjoyed, because I haven't loaded it yet, but we also talked to Motorcycles and Coffee, and I have his interview. And I would rather promote, like we've always kind of done this, even with our other company. I have had multiple blogs, and our company that we still have, not the boat dealership, but our other company, we were really, really active in, thanks, Jeff. Oh my gosh. We were really active in the community, and it was a little cute Main Street type community, and it had bars and restaurants and tattoo places. And in my blog, what I enjoyed doing was promoting all of those businesses. And it's kind of the same, I've realized, for me, as this, like at Born Free, there was a company from Sanford, which is Orlando, and 73 Moto. I followed them for a really long time, and we met them there. And we also met a couple other companies that I plan on buying stuff from. And I'm like, I'm not asking for a discount. I'm not asking for, I want to promote you because you're a small independent company. And that's what I enjoy doing, because I would rather there be more mom and pops and small independent businesses than big, huge corporations. So that's kind of the angle that I would prefer to take, is let me, since I go everywhere, promote you and your small business, because we've been small business owners for forever, 2008. And we know how hard it is. Like I would never go to someone and go, hey, can you give me this part, or can you give me this discount? Now, if they want to offer it to me for free, then, and it's something that I will really actually use, then I'm probably not going to turn it down. But yeah, I mean, like we saw so many people at Born Free.
Thank you. So, I mean, yeah, thanks for helping them out. I guess, see, I haven't monetized my lives. So, someone said you could do it at 500. I think I'm a little over 500, maybe.
I don't even think I had to do anything for the tip for that one. I don't think I had to do anything. I think it just.
I was gonna say, because I haven't. I looked into it. Someone said, "Hey, you can monetize after 500." So I went to see about and it said you're eligible for something, but then it never showed anything for me to fill out or do, and I was like, what is that? You know what I mean? That's crazy, because I thought you had to fill out a thing when you monetized your stream.
Probably do.
Andy and Mikey, I understand that, and I understand we'll never be a sales pitch. We will show and display like we did with Mike with H2 Performance.
That I'm saying.
But our time is our time. We actually enjoy doing what we're doing. Trust me, because if we didn't,
so that's what he's saying.
We would go back.
If for a sponsor that gives you I'd rather buy it too.
We'd totally rather buy it. That way we're not obligated to anybody, because
and you're not. You don't have to.
They don't come out that often. So
I would be the worst.
If somebody gave us some shit and then we're obligated to do a video, that wouldn't be good for us. But we just want to, travel, see the shit, and then when she has time and she's put it together, we'll put it up for everybody to see. When we're at the rally, I like to go live just because of the reason not everybody can go, not everybody can see it. At least they get to see some of it, a little bit of it. Yes, there's 1,000 channels that do it, but eventually she will put a video out of our experience there. But you get to see us walk down the streets, or you get to see us. I think I filmed the slow races. I went live at Forgotten Angels and I did the slow races or something. I had bad connection, so it wasn't like, we could do a lot with it, but I enjoy giving that. That's all I'm capable of doing.
Good night.
I have to have her set up the damn computer to do the live streams, because I am not a computer guy.
All right, Doc. Have a good night, Doc.
Let me tell you
Noggin
what,
says, can he move in with you guys? He'll sleep in the loft.
listen, that loft, there, I can't even get in that loft. Like, it's not, that loft is a joke. That is a marketing gimmick. That is a storage thingy.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's not a very dude.
A
Yeah, I wouldn't
5-year-old.
suggest.
Good night, dog. But yeah, I mean, we're not trying to. We're so unorganized and just fly by the seat of our pants. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, we need people like Des to organize us, and we
don't
need
even know.
like Keith Ray and Ray to keep us on track on everything we do. We are fucking a mess.
I mean, you
but-
can ask Des. We literally, when we left
All right,
Cape
Bill.
Fear-
Have a good one, buddy.
when we
Yeah,
left Cape
and-
Fear, we were headed to Indiana. We had to go south to get to Paris, Texas to get my bike. And then we were like, no, we're going to go to Tennessee instead of Indiana. And then Des calls and she's like, come to Dallas. And I'm like, it's Tennessee or Dallas? And he's like, 11 hours or 3. All right, we're going to Dallas. That was all within a 2-hour period of making a decision. Like, nobody else in the world in their right mind would be like, Indiana, Tennessee, Dallas.
Yeah, and especially, and nobody in their right mind would do like we did. We went to Laconia. I raced back home because we were stuck there. We went to Tennessee. We went to
High Road Reality.
somewhere else,
So-
and then we ended up coming back to Florida because I needed to do something real quick. We were here for a couple of days, and then went to North Carolina.
Yeah,
We went to Tennessee. We
Makes
went
no
to
sense.
Sturgis. We went all over zigzagging. Next
Yes.
year is going to be more a direct route.
because of Des.
Yes, only because
Well,
of that.
also, your first year doing it, it's kind of, hey, you hear about this and then you're like, oh shit, I want to go to that. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I didn't know about this one. I want to go to this one. And then maybe it's in a, a different direction, or maybe it's, something that's,
And that's still happening because, believe it or not, even though we're Des has us planned out, but every week a new show.
We get invited to something or
It's
come
crazy
see
how
this.
many new events are coming out. Like, so
Yeah.
you're just like, wait, what? There's another one, and they're not rallies; they're like shows, and like it's crazy how many
Yeah.
new small little shows are popping up everywhere.
And Frog, we have a great time. We enjoy it, or else we would go back to normal life. It
Well,
is
I'm
so
getting-
much easier.
I'm getting things down pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Mrs.
Oh.
Thumper's over there waving her hand like Mr. Thumper broke wind. No,
If-
so we let the doors open too long, and it's Florida's still hot, so we still have flies. So
They're not
Anybody's
flying.
wondering,
Hats.
my own custom hats. Get
yes,
some
tell
stuff.
us more. Tell us more.
Getting stuff worked out. So, machine. Let's see. I've just got a couple of them going right now. YouTube famous. So, I got a set of shirts that I have, just white t-shirts I bought at Walmart. They're extra large. Just working out the designs and different things. Still learning the program. So, yes, if everybody's wondering, I'm fixing to be
Dropping.
dropping some new stuff where you can order your own custom hats and whatever you want put on them, or t-shirts we will do. As of right now, it will just be black and white lettering as well, until I get the program to where I can get the logos and stuff moved over and figured that stuff out. So
And be creative if you have
Yeah.
suggestions for him. Like,
yeah,
you're at an event or a like smoke out or one of those things, and crazy shit's happening. Like, we dared Tom to do something crazy or Bill to do something crazy. Make a hat about it.
Yeah.
Make a hat
And-
about it.
So, so I'll be dropping that hopefully within a couple of weeks. and or sooner. It just depends on how shipping things work out this week. But yeah, I mean, I've got the vinyl cutters, the heat press, the hat press heat. So, you know, it's a progress, and that's a lot of people have been wondering what I've been up to. So that's what I've been doing, trying to get everything focused and lined in and took care of. So yeah, Evil Rick, because when you put a logo on a shirt on the front, it goes on the left side of the t-shirt, man. Or it goes right in the middle. So
Different.
like this one, this is County Road Customs, a friend of mine out of Texas. He made me this shirt personally and sent it to me. So, you know, and like I said, I'm playing around with the stuff right here. Where can you get my merch? Well, like I said, as soon as I get everything set in line, I will drop that. And I think starting off, I will be doing the Cash App and the Venmo until I get other things set up. So, like I said, you can do the trucker hats. I will do the black and white. There will be maybe a couple different colors.
And Okie on two wheels. If you want something custom on a hat, shoot him an email or send him a message on Instagram.
Yeah, you reach me through. Yeah, just all you got to do is send me through Instagram or email. I can put in my email address if anybody wants to shoot me an email. Or like I said, Instagram, Ray's Motor Life. Send me a direct message.
Yes, Salty. He is printing, cutting, and putting images on hats.
Yes. So
He's like, which one is it? I put it on for Des.
let's see.
So yeah, you can have them like something funny about your bike, your spouse, your dog, your friend.
Or you can have something.
Tom.
You can
Or
have,
if you just want to put, you know, broke
Chopper
bagger
trash.
or, you know, chopper trash or like, you know, anything. That's my iCloud email. So if you want to send me a message through email, or you can, like I said, Ray's Motor Life on Instagram. You can just send me a DM and I will get with you. But yeah, I mean, it's just whatever you want. Because a lot of people see that and they say, man, I'd like to have that, but I'd like to have it to say, hey, you know, maybe, you know, fat titties, you know, or whatever, you know what I mean? Eat more ass or, you know, whatever you want it to say. I'm not shy. I will put, yeah, well, that's what I mean. If somebody wants something custom done that they see or they just can think of, you know, that's up to you. What's up, Don Bree? Yeah, I mean, so yeah, so I'll be dropping more of this soon. So be looking for it, guys. I will be putting out a short and a video here and there. So, and Instagram. Of course, most of you guys follow me on Instagram, so that will be, you know, I will be putting more out on that as well. I'm just trying to line everything up before I completely drop it and to make sure I've got everything in order before I say, okay, here, I can do this for you now, when, you know what I mean? So, but like I said,
if you're
start
paying
getting your
nothing, we'll ship it.
Start getting your ideas together. Start, you know, if you want something. What's up, OMG? So
you can't tell that Louis spoiled it all.
probably Moto, but you know, he might take that a little offensive coming from me right now. So,
but I mean, it won't come from you; it'll come from Moto.
Yeah, there you go. So, but yeah, I mean, true. But like I said, it's, you know, something I've been working on. I've been trying to keep it quiet. There's only a few people that know. So now everybody knows. So, which is good. Yeah, if I wanted to ride something easy, I'd have called your girlfriend. There you go. I mean,
That's
that would
actually a good
be
shirt. That's
yeah. I was
actually a
going.
great shirt.
Yeah, that's actually would go good on
Your
a
dad said
t-shirt.
hi.
Well, I mean, like there's some, that say, I've seen a lot that say, if you can read this, your dad fell off. Those girls like to wear those, and
Yeah, that
and
one's
it ain't just got to be for you. If you want to buy a gift for your old lady or your kid, and to say your name or something, not filthy or whatever, we'll line it up and figure it out. Uh, so I mean, yeah. There you go.
yes.
Spelling, yes. I suggest when you spell something you want, don't talk into the microphone like I do because then it comes out all shitty or different, or hillbilly talk. They spell it hillbilly and it doesn't, it may not be correct. So,
I think that makes it funnier.
I mean,
Like who farted? We have somebody that has a bunch of kids that their license plate, like they have a
if
big.
you got more than 3 kids, you need t-shirts with numbers. Give them t-shirts. It's number 1 kid, number 2, number 3.
No, this couple they were foster families, but they had like 5 of their own kids, and then they had 2 fosters or whatever, and they had like a big transport van, and their tag said "Who farted," and it was spelled, some crazy way, kind of like Big D energy.
Yeah, I mean, you know all about that, Salty, don't you? I mean,
The shoulder is for choppers. Yeah.
They pick exactly.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just something I've been doing, and
That's the hat you need to make and start wearing.
What?
What Keith said. I speak hillbilly.
Yeah. It's not even hillbilly. I don't know that what he speaks is even considered hillbilly. What would you call what your area vernacular is? Hillbilly? I don't think it's hillbilly.
I tell you the truth, I don't know because I was raised in the city and then back in the country in my high school a couple of years, and then back in Florida, and then
But I mean, like,
Georgia, and then Kentucky. So I mean, I've been. Some people say it's just country Southern, but I don't see it because I guess it may be, but it's not. I don't think it's like a deep Southern. Yeah, OMG, I think it's more country than like a hillbilly.
because you talk like my grandmother, and my grandmother was from like Monteagle, Tennessee, and we would have never have considered her or anybody there hillbilly. Pure redneck. No.
Thanks, Mike.
That's me.
You are not redneck. He grew up with a sidewalk and a street light in front of his house.
Oh, I did too, but there was about 500 other kids, houses next to me in the project. So, yeah, there you go, Mike. It's half Sling Blade and half Southern.
Tennessee Sling Blade.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people just say it's country. I don't know. Yeah. Sound like everyone in my Tennessee family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, there's a different kind of like my oldest daughter was raised in Georgia. She still lives there, so she has that different, that.
Which daughter?
My oldest daughter.
Otis.
Yeah.
Otis.
It's just little words like that.
Dad needs a hat. Otis.
My oldest daughter.
But then you have to spell it like Otis Redding or some shit, and then they're like, you a fan of him or something? Which I am, So
I didn't even know who the hell that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Otis Redding?
Yeah.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
I don't know.
Singing that.
Break it down, Ray. Break it down.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a classic, man. I just knew growing up here, yeah.
I've heard the song. I just didn't know it was from him.
Yeah, he has some good songs. Yeah, it's different. So yeah, like I said, it's just, I'll just say it's country, but most people just, and where you from? And I'm like, well, Tennessee. So
Yeah, there's definitely more of a twang.
Otis Campbell from Mayberry. Mayberry the show?
that's what I was thinking. I didn't think there was an Otis. Yeah, there's an Otis. The back, was he the backwood? Did he wear the overalls? Was he part of the band? Of the playing the spoons and shit. So, West Coast Hills here. So Jeff says. Yeah, Otis the drunk. That's what I was thinking. Was he the one that always just walked in the jail and just closed the gate and DDK got the town drunk. Yeah, I think he was the one that just walked in the jail and just locked himself up because he was drunk. He knew he was drunk, So yeah.
It was a safe place to crash.
Yeah. So.
I just saw an article. It's been a while, but a dude literally robbed a bank for $1.
Really?
$1.
Because he wanted
to go back to jail?
Not to go back. He had never been, but he was tired of being homeless.
There you go.
What?
So he literally walked in a bank and on a note robbed them for $1 and then sat down in the lobby and waited for the cops.
Hey, you get a cot and 3 hots in a cot.
Yep. He was tired of being homeless. So
did I not grow up watching Andy Griffith?
Everybody grew up watching Andy Griffith that's older than 40.
Yeah, I watched it. Why? I said who it was. I mean, I think they just started reruns of The Mama's Family the other day on CMT. If anybody remembers that show. Yeah. So, I mean.
That's his retirement plan. Fed. Do a federal crime. Get locked up and go to Camp Fed. Yeah, they have great insurance. Them meth heads go in there with jacked up teeth and fudged
they
up
come out with
brand new grills and
I was gonna say they
come with day. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
MASH. Oh my God.
I couldn't stand that show, man. I couldn't stand it.
Watch that show.
My aunt and her husband did, and I never could get into it. I never could get into MASH. I was more of like MacGyver, the A-Team, stuff like that, Now, like the older stuff, like Gene Autry, I used to like Gene Autry movies or, the TV show, the Cowboys, Bonanza, stuff like that. Them was good. Andy Griffin, I wasn't I watched, but I just wasn't big into that, not really.
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, well, Jim Neighbors. Yeah, when you're family members.
China Beach. I remember that. That dude, the guy that played in that China Beach was playing Russian roulette with caps and ended up shooting himself in the head with a cap and killing himself.
Yeah. I never really got into like Gilligan's Island and certain shows. It was just, we never had time. We were always going. We were always outside or doing something. When we were really young, we were always running the streets and doing stuff. So it wasn't like I didn't start watching those shows until I was probably, late teens or something. And then now when I was a kid growing up, like if we had watched anything, it was more like a Saturday morning cartoon on, 3 of the channels we got, and that was it. So, but no, we didn't really.
Cycle showcase in Salisbury, North Carolina. They had the show there also. Same cycle showcase, but it was at the Salisbury, North Carolina smokeout rally. we will probably try to get by the one in Missouri.
Yes, I went to the one in February. I was at the one in February in St. Louis. Now there is now when we was at Smokeout, and he had different bikes there. There was they were all different bikes that was than the ones that was in the St. Louis showcase. So yeah, so I was in the one in St. Louis this past February. So the greatest American hero. I put that logo on my Jeep after I jumped it, and Landon ended up ugly.
We
yeah,
can definitely tell our age demographic of the viewers because they are naming all the shows from the early 80s.
yeah.
Next, they're going to be saying like Gomer Pyle, and what was the one that Lorenzo Lamas was the bounty hunter, rode the motorbike?
Renegade.
Renegade, yeah.
Yeah, I always liked the
Fall Guy.
the Hawaiian dude, or Indian, or played as an Indian. Isn't he like Hawaiian or something like that? And he played as an Indian, and then, or he may be a little Indian too. I don't know what he really is. And then he played in Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man as an Indian in the bar in the very first of the of the movie. And then he's played in a lot of movies as Hawaiian, surfer or whatever, So Salty, a loft, ALOFT, is a hotel that's about a mile and a half from there, 2 miles maybe. Look that up. That's the one I stayed at this past year. It's a good one. It's got like an 80s theme. The whole second floor is nothing but a bar, outdoor balcony, fire pit. They got pool tables, big screens. The whole second floor. It's nothing but a bar. It's cool. I mean, they like a bunch of people in there partying, though. You know what I mean? They got a bar and just a good lounge area. Gen X. We grew up with a TV as our second parent. Yeah, because like my mother worked all the time, so we ran the streets and was always gone. Or the time she was there, she was like, y'all get out of the house and go play, but don't come back until like people say it, till the street lights come on. But that's really what we did. So, because we were growing up that young in the city, in Nashville and different places in the housing projects. So we had street lights, so. All right, it's been over an hour. I've got some things to do. I've got to go back to Cookville in the morning and stuff. So I'm going to jump off here and call it a night. So everybody in the side chat, thanks for showing up. Like always, man, thanks for the support, and be watching for the next drop. If you have any questions, please DM me or email me. I put my email in there, or, direct message me through Instagram as well. And I will let you know more about it. So everybody, thanks for showing up. Like I said, stay in your lane or crash the damn thing.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys. Have a good night.